Yeah, what'd you say?
This is a battery test. Is it recording?
Yeah, it's recording.
Alright, so
Go ahead and start the timer.
This is a battery test. Let's see what's going on. I should do 9 minutes instead of 10 minutes.
Well, here's the thing. If this works, we should just technically edit it together. With the last episode. So all this should be cut, James.
Me.
This should all be cut.
Shit, alright?
This should all be cut, and I'm going to continue where I left off, and hopefully it'll mix up. Match up?
Match up.
Match up?
Match up. Mix up. Mix it so we're just throwing things together.
If it doesn't match up, here we go. Here's the right.
If it doesn't match up, it is a mix up. And that's also my balso.
Yeah. Which that would be the spot. If it doesn't match up, go ahead and cut it. Start there.
Start the balso by balso?
Yeah. Start the explanation. You'll see.
Yeah.
When you edit it, you'll see where to start.
Yeah, no, I feel what you're saying.
Yeah, you'll see where to start. Let me go ahead and get this paper ready. All right, paper's ready.
All right, paper.
It'll be a lot easier now. All right. So the last thing we read, because I did rip it in 2 pieces.
Whoa! When did you do that? Just now? Literally just now?
Yeah. I was creasing it. I was creasing it very drastically, like this.
Intensely?
Like
you were
doing
just
this,
like, hey,
and then I ripped this segment off because I was holding it like this, and I was creasing
What
it.
are
And then I went,
those guys that like you see they do like Christian thing and they would rip Bibles? Like they're not Bibles because that was
the Christian thing where they rip Bibles.
The phone books where they rip
phone books. Yeah, the strongmen.
Yeah.
The strongmen. It was power.
Power word. Anyways, yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Bro, dude, I've thought a lot about those guys, right? So they ripped phone books in half. Right? Because they ripped phone books in half.
Okay.
Right? And how many people have phone books now?
I thought everybody that got mail.
No.
Because those are the yellow pages
No.
still delivered to you?
No.
I don't know, my parents get
the yellow pages only delivered to those who subscribe to it.
My parents get it and...
So nobody has old phone books. Because we ripped them all in half through strongman shows.
All of them. Every single one of them across the U.S. But yeah, I did.
Yes, exactly. Across the U.S. by different people, but yes. Because even though it wasn't the same group, I asked people like Georgia, and they had people show up and rip their phone books in half too. So, all of our phone books have been disposed of, and we no longer have public phones. You can't go to a payphone.
Do you need those? The people you want to talk to.
The thing is, we're getting rid of analog and we're going to digital.
Do we need analog?
I know it's just a conspiracy, but hey, it's kind of crazy that all the phone books are gone.
Do we need analog? Especially for phones. You can find whoever you need to online.
Hey, think deep if you want to. Otherwise, I'm just weird to think that it's kind of strange that phone books are gone.
He's just weird.
I'm just weird.
Thinking deep in that situation is just, yeah, that happened.
Yeah, it did. It did across the country.
It happened.
Across the country, phone books were ripped in half.
The problem is all that happened is that we got rid of the old analog style of looking up people and started doing where we research their names via typing in their names.
Right.
Remember people's names. That's it.
So when electronics are gone, we don't have a physical means. Yeah, you're right. You're right. So anyways.
Libraries, anything like that, they probably have them.
No.
Why wouldn't they? There are record keepers. Librarians, you guys are amazing. Keep it up, alright? I don't care what he says. You guys are doing a good job. Your job is not dying. Alright, no, let's see.
Yeah, so to continue with the wild, dogs gone wild, still a hot subject in the county.
Well, we've already established that.
Right, but to continue with it.
Okay.
Continue with it. Let's make sure that we did finish the first part here. Which was that we need to get this if we can implement it. If we can implement it. We need to get this implemented, essentially, is what Thomas Cry is saying.
He's wanting it to happen, but he's not sure if it can actually happen because so many people love freaking dogs. So many
But
people.
it would give more authority to the SPCA.
Whoever they are.
Good question.
Does it actually give you
who the SPCA is?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. So the SPCA.
Wait, has it given me the... Maybe as I read on, maybe I'll learn who the SPCA is?
I don't want to know who they are, honestly, anymore. That just sounds like a group of people that want to kill dogs.
No, I don't think the SPCA wants to kill dogs. Because remember, it says specifically he hasn't talked to them. He's just trying to give them more power, too. And he's like, but they probably don't have enough room. but we need to give them more dogs, which means more dogs killed.
So he'll just kill. He's
But
gonna
I
give
don't
them,
think the SPCA.
No, he's giving them the power to just kill dogs.
Yeah, but I don't necessarily think that they want it. It's just that he's like, this is what we should do.
You know what? Look at where we were sitting, and it's in the shade again. Like, how long have we been not recording?
Oh, Erica Davis. We also have a picture of her. She serves as
yeah, we showed all three of them.
a chairman. She's a chairman of the SPCA board.
Erica Davis? Alright,
Yeah.
Erica Davis.
Erica
Stop
Davis.
killing dogs.
Yeah, so
I hope you're not.
Hopefully,
But,
she's going to redeem the
yeah,
SPCA
redeem
here.
the SPCA.
So let me
from
go
what I
ahead
can tell,
and
you guys are just murdering dogs.
let me go ahead and read this.
Oh!
I actually ripped it in a pretty good way because here's the first paragraph. Like here's the first part of the article. So she asked, "Who is the we in the state code that Cry has mentioned?" You know, regarding the.
Okay, so she's immediately like, "Whoa, let's not put us together."
Yeah, what are you talking about? Yeah, what are you talking about? She said, "Oh, the SPCA can't go onto property within the county without the sheriff's office's personnel on the property
So
before they arrive.
So they need a cop already there.
So they need a sheriff,
A sheriff specifically.
not even the police."
But you bring Bradley County, most of them are sheriffs.
Yeah, but we have a city. But I'm saying, like, specifically, yes, I know most of them are sheriffs, but you can't just have a city cop show up.
Okay.
You have to have a sheriff office representative before you get there. Specifically, before they arrive, before the SPCA gets there. And Mylena Blank, nope, not someone photoed. Mylena Blake asked, "What corrective action are we authorizing them to do?"
I feel like she's just a citizen
Probably.
in the town. Just being like, "Hey, yeah, what the hell are you doing?"
Which Thomas Cry, said it allows citizens to be
Yeah.
This gets worse.
Worse than
This
just
gets worse than just killing dogs.
Just kill the dogs.
Yeah, this gets worse.
Okay.
Because it allows citizens to be written up for dogs in violation of the leash law. So if your dog goes on someone else's property, they can then call the SPCA to come take the dog. The
Okay.
dog then can be put down because there's not enough room.
So what we're really doing,
Then-
if we're gonna call cops,
then
waste their
we
time
can write-
to come up here to freaking deal with a dog, so they have to, sheriffs.
Sheriffs.
So then have to
Yes.
wait for the freaking SPCA to show up.
Yes.
Deal with that.
Yes.
But not only that, then that sheriff or cop has to go talk to the owner
Has to
of the
write
dog.
a ticket up.
Write a ticket for the owner of that dog.
For violating the leash law.
Keep your dogs on a leash.
Keep your dogs on the leash in our county. Any county that has a leash law.
Yeah,
There we
I was
go.
gonna say specifically because there's a lot
Because
of
this
them
could
that
come
have
to
it.
you too, or maybe it has already,
it already
and
has
now
it,
it's
so.
coming to us.
Yeah, we are a backwaters area.
Yeah, so the citizen from before that said, "What corrective actions are we authorizing them to do?" She also asked, "What happens if the person who gets a citation wants to contest it?"
That's a good question.
Thomas Cry doesn't anticipate any issues
What?
if the SPCA is authorized to give citations through the county.
So give them the ability to write the citation.
Then why would you come to us for the...
So
Right,
go to
so it's like,
SPCA.
you're not going to come to the city, you're going to go to SPCA.
We're going to
so
defer
there's
you.
no...
Yeah, we're going to
there's-
defer
what-
you
what
to
is
the
it?
SPCA.
There's no issues. We don't anticipate any issues because the SPCA is in charge.
Even though they're the ones not writing that citation.
Because the sheriff has to be there.
Unless he's the one giving them full... Unless they're the ones getting full, what's it not, based off of that saying. Full power in that situation? I don't know. I talk out my ass too much.
Commissioner, so I'm assuming commissioner for... No, his name's Mike Hughes.
He's
But
not
it's the commissioner, so I'm assuming for the sheriff's office, since they were referring to SPCA
And we are
and the
specifically
sheriff's
talking about
office.
Bradley County, not the city limits. Aren't we?
The county.
Whole county.
We're talking about the county, no specific county.
Okay.
The county. So in editing,
Yeah, okay, yeah, you're right.
Jay just said something he shouldn't.
I did. You're right. So the whole county versus the
Alright,
city
say
limits.
the whole sentence.
Alright, so we're talking about specifically the county, not the city limits.
Right. So that expands beyond the city limits. It's the whole county. Not just here in the city.
But the whole...
The whole county.
Kit and caboodle.
Right.
Okay.
Which extends all the way to Georgia.
Neighbor.
It extends all the way to Georgia, and then all the way. No, and then almost to Charleston. Almost to Charleston.
Yeah, you have
the border for our county, almost to Charleston, all the way to Georgia, in 2 directions. You need to check the film.
McDonald's.
And then to McDonald's. Yep, McDonald's, because that turns into a new county.
Same spot. So I'm gonna do another 2 minutes and see what happens.
It's still recording.
Yeah.
Do 5.
5?
Yeah.
Okay.
5. We're trying to determine why earlier our video cut off. So sorry for the interruptions in the middle of this video. Or maybe they won't be there if James does a great job. Otherwise they are, and it's still entertainment.
They might be there, just so you could have the enjoyment of seeing us fumble around for this.
Good point. As we read the paper.
So we read our local newspaper.
The paper.
The paper. That paper. That paper specifically.
This paper. Which we're gonna get into the Greenway Mohawk Trailhead in a minute.
Hey, my brother was riding on the Greenway with his kids, and he was talking about the crazy nonsense, and like his kids had to tell him that if they didn't have bikes or helmets on, he was gonna get a ticket. He's like,
yes.
Your kids knew that. You did.
Yes, you will get a ticket if you're.
And maybe it wasn't his kids. Maybe it was someone else, and he was just shocked by it. Either way, I thought that was interesting. Because I was like, yeah, that's totally the thing. Like, you as an adult don't need one, but like, kids definitely need one.
If you're over 18, I don't think it matters.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't know if you can still get a ticket or not, but I definitely know if you're over 18, they're less likely to give you a ticket for it because you took your life into your own hands. But if the moment you had a kid into it, it's a different story.
Yeah. That's very true. So, are we going to continue this article? Sorry, but yeah. I just don't have anything to comment because like everything you said was factual.
It's just ridiculous.
It's ridiculous that Mike didn't know, but it's still factual.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to give some more facts here.
Okay.
Commissioner Mike Hughes.
Commissioner Gordon. Yes.
Yeah. Said the citation would be written in a state of violation of leash laws. Right.
Citation of leash laws. Okay. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I know. Just continuing from earlier, we basically already heard that, but the commissioner himself confirmed it essentially.
So he agreed. He was like, yes, no.
Yeah, it would be a violation of leash law for your dog to be running around.
But I don't think it should be allowed that a standard person, but like, does it fall under the whole idea that if you don't report a law or a crime,
that
you're also whatever.
What's the word for helping?
Affiliation? I don't know what the word
like
for it.
helping the crime.
Yeah, but it's not
assisting, not assisting.
No, it's not the same thing because they're not assisting. They're just refusing to report the crime. It's not the same as assisting someone who's doing the crime, as is someone who's an innocent bystander who acknowledged the crime was being done and chose not to do something about it. But it's not the same as assisting because that's a totally different law of thing. So it would be like conspiracy at that point, and along the lines. But you're not doing conspiracy. You're doing whatever I'm looking for specifically. Where it's like, hey, I saw that this dog was running across someone's lawn. I chose not to say anything because it's just a dog.
Now you're a conspirator.
But
of the dog being let to run along the street.
No, because it's not the same law. It's not under the same law. Because that would mean that you were compliant. You were compliant with that law. But you're not.
Complacent?
Yeah, you're complacent with the criminal activity, right? But you're not. You're not. That's not the same law. It's under the idea that you chose not to do something. It's the HEROES Act. Where like your job as an innocent bystander seeing a law or being broken by a criminal, doing nothing as an innocent bystander doesn't make you complacent with the act, but does make you have a somewhat responsibility to give that information. But that's only in certain states, by the way. It's not even in all states. In certain states that it's like, hey, you have to say this. And even then, it's a lot of times made up for TV series and TV shows. So it's partial.
So is this a local news as well as
public news or like
as
global,
well as law advice? Not advice, but like legal counsel. Not counsel.
Yeah, but no, you're right. You're right. This is close to legal counsel, but we're not legal people, so we don't have that right. Nor can we actually tell you what to do in that situation. Nor can we actually give you the proper information because we are not legal counsels.
Dude, I'm just a guy.
Yeah, so like technically,
we're
just giving you information that we are
I'm
aware
a guy
of.
underneath the tree that I live in.
Underneath the tree. We're just giving you information that we're aware of, but some of it is still wrong, so you might want to look it up yourself or your hometown or wherever you're at.
And that goes for everything prior and after.
Yeah, seriously. Whatever we say, don't take it as word, please.
So let this be the one and only, what do you call it? What's the word I'm looking for?
You see this smile? This is not a smile. This is not a smile that you enjoy. I'm sorry. That still pisses me off. But,
I can't think of the word. I'm just going to keep reading the paper, and when I think of the word, I'll say it.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. So, as we know, Thomas Price said, I'm sick and tired of dogs running around.
Sick and tired of these dogs running around.
Yeah. Blake said he is too. So Blake is also down with this. We referred to Blake earlier. Milana Blake.
We got another. We'll put another 5 and see how.
M-I-L-A-N? Milan? Milan?
Let me see that again.
M-I...
No, let me see it. I don't understand when you're spelling it. It's
right there? Right there. You see what I'm talking about? Blake is his last name.
Millen Blake?
Millen Blake? Yeah, that makes sense. Millen Blake agrees with Thomas Cree
that you should not be doing whatever, or you should be doing something. I don't know.
I'm sick and tired of dogs running around our county.
Oh, he agrees that he's just
Blake,
like, all these dogs.
Blake said he is too.
So
he is also sick and tired.
There's 2 people in this city that I know of that would agree with this. That guy and some other guy that I also never heard of in my life.
But the
county
needs to follow the law.
Yeah, the county does.
All right.
But like, again, 2 people I've never heard of are saying that there's a bunch of dogs running around. Now, all these 2 people are upset about these dogs. I've never seen a single person that are normal people, not political office holding people, that care that dogs are running around. They're like, they just need homes. Like, and I would be that person who gives them homes. Not me personally, but those are the people that I know. All right, like they would give those dogs homes, and they would love to give those dogs homes. But a lot of them, also, as far as I can tell, have never seen these dogs just running around willy-nilly. Do you know anybody who's been like, yeah, dude, have you noticed all those dogs?
All the dogs? Nope, I have not. I have seen.
All the dogs I've seen have been literally behind fences, like the ones over here.
Okay,
the ones that have been
running around without leashes. I've only seen.
Are they at parks and dog parks?
No, because it's in a fence. At our dog park, it's still in a fence.
It is.
3 max.
Really?
Yeah, in the last year.
Last
3.
year?
Yeah.
I can say 3 max in the last 2 years. Because I haven't seen any dogs just running around.
I hang out in the county more than you do.
You do. I hang out in the city area, and that's just less likely.
Yeah, but you also hang out in the neighboring county more than you hang out in this county.
That's just the city area, because where I'm at right now is still city.
Yeah, but not of this county.
Not
this
of this
is
county.
An issue of the county
this
we
county
are in
specifically.
currently.
Yeah, you're right. But still, just haven't seen it.
So I'm just gonna say that I don't think that his testimony stands.
It does. I just haven't seen it.
He's from a county over. I've seen 3 dogs in a year. He's seen 3 dogs in 10 years, but I think that should be stricken from the record because he's from another county.
You know what, legal? Can you please help us with this?
Don't do that. This is not legal in any way.
No, it's not.
But I will say that the SPCA representative.
Go check him out. Go check him out. By the way, he's an amazing person. Like, I don't always agree with his point of views, but he's an amazing legal lawyer.
Erica?
No, legal.
Well, I'm talking about Erica. The SPCA representative, Erica Davis.
Okay, yeah. You keep talking. I'll be right back.
Yeah, she said
we got 2.
the proposed resolution could be discussed at a joint SPCA and law enforcement committee meeting. Her exact quote is, "We can discuss it, that's for sure." Obviously, we can discuss it, right? We can discuss it, that's for sure. Close quote. Peak. I don't think Peak has been referenced in this article. Charlotte Peak. There's a photo of her, so she must be important. Unlike Blake from earlier, Blake didn't seem too important. Oh wait, that's the commissioner. Maybe Blake was important. There was someone I thought there was a quote from that wasn't really that important. It was Blake. Never mind. So, Peak, yeah, said she is not going to be ready to vote on this next week. So like I said earlier, it's going to be postponed, but she's saying next week's not going to work, and that the county has a contract with SPCA of the county, and the actions of Thomas Cree is recommending the actions that he's recommending they're not in that contract. The actions he's recommending are not in that contract. Thomas Cry, said he wants to put the proposed resolution on the agenda for next week because, quote, something's got to be done. It's time we take action. I'm tired of dogs running loose in the county. I love it. I love every one of Thomas's quotes because they're basically that again and again and again.
At least he holds true to what he wants.
Consistent.
He's just like, this is what I want to freaking do. All right.
That's yours and this is mine?
Yeah.
Okay. He's consistent.
He's like, I just don't want dogs running around this county.
No more damn dogs running around my county. Yeah.
As country as you can get, because imagine where we're from, hear our accents.
What?
And then just be like, okay, multiply that times 10.
So Charlotte,
What?
no, Charlotte, the lady that's in the picture over on the right here, the brown-haired lady.
Yeah.
You saw her earlier, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's still just as white as the rest of them. But anyways, so Charlotte said that she, in quotes, she doesn't, and then quotes, right? So the paper says Peake said she doesn't. So Charlotte Peake says she doesn't. And then the quote is, want to be put in the position to vote no on this.
She doesn't want to?
Right. Because she still has questions. Quote, we want to do something about it.
But she doesn't want to be put in a position where she just has to say no to whatever's being done. Because they're saying so much specifics.
But with the two organizations involved, the county and the SPCA,
Can you put
right?
your stuff in here? I know you would rather, so there's at least a ashtray.
Yeah. Gladly. So, she's saying that she still has questions and wants to do something about it. More specifically, we. So she's referring to a people group.
The people.
Yeah,
the
people
socialism stuff, right?
Yeah, people want to do something about it. But with the SPCA and then the county on board,
or would it be democratic? Because it's not like she's like, hey, you guys are the only ones doing something. She's like, we as a group need to be doing something.
So she just asked for an extension. She wants it to take longer before it goes.
So before we just make a decision, brash and bold.
Yeah,
she's like,
and not
hey,
a week. She's like, I want more than a week for us to think about it.
Let's make a decision. Okay, so this is interesting enough. I actually wanted to ask this question because I walked into the door and the first thing I was asked was like, or not asked, I was told. He's like, this is funny to me. He's like, this is what Winn-Dixie is, and the chick that he was with was like, what's Winn-Dixie? Yeah, in your house. In your house right now.
The paper company?
No. In your house right now. In your house right now, there's a person who doesn't know what Winn-Dixie is.
Winn-Dixie as in the paper company?
No, it's in the grocery store.
The grocery store, okay, because it's also a place.
Yeah, it is.
It's a place.
It's a place, it's a thing, but like, as a popular point of view that everyone knows, because the Winn-Dixie Paper Company is specifically to certain locations, where the company that's a grocery store is almost a nationwide.
They've been closing down. They've probably closed down,
but it was still a nationwide thing.
Yes.
That's specific.
Winn-Dixie. Yeah.
And she didn't know what Winn-Dixie was.
Oh, she. Then I know exactly what you're talking
Exactly. I know you know who you're talking about.
No, he said she.
And
in my house.
Yeah. Well, I was hoping you would know because I said he said that this person, I didn't give a name, but I said this person didn't know what Winn-Dixie was.
Do they know Piggly Wiggly?
Okay, that's a real interesting question because a lot of people outside of where our area is know what Piggly Wiggly is.
Do you know what Piggly Wiggly is?
Well,
Do you know what Piggly Wiggly is?
We have Piggly Wiggly. No. You and I specifically have Piggly Wiggly right next to our houses.
No, we don't.
We have Piggly Wiggly right next to. That's what I said. That's what I said.
Have? No.
Had?
Yeah.
Yes, I specifically said had.
In Charleston?
Yes. We had Piggly Wiggly next to our house.
Yes, we did.
And like, where we're at now, we definitely don't have a Piggly Wiggly.
I'm pretty sure it's a Fresh and Low now.
I think it is still on.
But it might be still a pig.
Which your Fresh and Low is still a large one. I think, did they buy out Piggly
Fresh and Low
Wiggly?
is a big company.
Did they buy out Piggly Wiggly?
They also bought out, there was another one. There was Save A Lot, but then there was another one. Super Saver. So they bought one of those two. I forget which one.
I think it was Super Saver, because I still see Save A Lot. I don't see Super Saver.
Okay, then they bought out Super Saver.
I could be entirely wrong there.
as well as Piggly's.
Yeah, they bought out
and
Piggly.
as well as maybe Kmart's. I could be mistaken about that. I could be mistaken about that, but I know that they bought out, Fresh and Low bought out the Pig, and they bought out Super Saver.
This is what we actually have left currently. This is right, because it's going for 430. It's going for 430.
You want me to check it?
Yeah.
I'm going to check it.
I checked it when I came back. That's why I set the time to what I had it at.
I guess the final thing I had to say before I checked the camera, though, was that basically they wanted to do this on August 28th.
This is the dumbest episode we've had.
And
dumbest.
There's no real resolution noting they don't want to do anything illegal. The county commission said
animals are as a right. Have rights.
Gary Davis, who presented a resolution authorizing entering into an agreement with Quality Correction.
We should just let dogs have their free reign, right?
Oh my goodness! Why are we talking about inmate medical services?
For dogs? For dogs?
It doesn't say it's in an agreement with Quality Correctional Healthcare, which provides inmate medical services to extend the current contract for 1 year. Blake, who we talked about earlier, placed it on the agenda for next week's voting session.
Maybe it's something he wants us to talk about.
So is it like, hey, wait, instead of talking about dogs, let's talk about inmate correctional programs?
Yeah, maybe.
That may be what's happening.
That's a lot, but like I'd rather be talking about that than freaking dogs. You know, like, what's it say we have left?
It says we have 3 minutes and 15 seconds left.
I have 1 minute and 37 seconds, so that's perfect for what we normally do.
So it's worked.
Yeah.
So it was a battery issue.
Maybe, I guess.
So it was a battery issue.
I think it's an overheating issue. Maybe you're right. Maybe we just need to not have it in the heat.
It was in the sun for a while. But yeah, who's really to know?
What I'm saying is that all of this is pointless. Not none of it's pointless. All of this is pointless. It's just dogs. All right, fuck dogs. Not like that they deserve to die, but like screw dogs in the sense of like we all want to adopt dogs. Well,
there's also
a lot of people want to adopt dogs. Let me phrase that. A lot of people want to adopt dogs.
Yeah.
Not all, because I don't want to do that. But a lot of people want to adopt dogs. Don't kill them. Just find homes for them. And people are like, well, that's what these people do. No, they don't. You know how many dogs actually die? Look it up. Look it up. You know how many dogs actually die when they go to the freaking whatever that's called.
Pound?
Yeah, when they go to the actual pound, there's a lot more dogs getting killed than there are dogs going to the freaking homes that are good for people.
Yeah, it's sad.
So like I'm not a dog person, but I don't want them dead. So the problem isn't that we need to have a system where we pick more of them up. The system that we need is to find homes for them. What? Is this mine? This might be mine.
I guess so. From earlier, it might not be worth drinking. Oh my god. Okay. Well, crazy person. The things you're saying are true, but I do want to finish this article because we're actually getting into some crazy interesting stuff that has nothing to do with dogs, even though it's the same article, because that's how the paper works.
The paper works that it just slowly moves on to different things.
Right. Well,
but think about it like
I
watching, I would say like think about like watching a TV series, right? Like you're watching a series and then like, or not even a series, when you're watching satellite TV or cable, and the next thing comes up. That's what it is. Because like they'll move from one subject to the next.
No, it's more like having a movie come on, and then the first 15 minutes it tells you that it's going to be an action comedy, and then like from what's happening, and then you get a half hour into it, and all of a sudden it turns into a horror drama. That's what's happening here. That's what's happening here.
Yeah, you're right.
That's what's happening here because look, we moved from.
We need to stop this.
I know, but here I want to finish it on this. We moved from the dogs to talking about quality healthcare for inmates. Right?
Yeah.
So it's no longer about dogs. It's about people.
People need to die like dogs.
But they also are talking about litter grants. Like, so for grants for cleaning up litter.
Wait, can we get money for that? Because I'll clean up litter.
Yeah, we get them of it. And then the HCI grant cycle timeline to next week's, it's also added to next week's voting. Full county commission approval. The grant cycle is August 25th to November 19th. And if we want to stop there, we can, but then we get into some crazy stats about...
I think we should stop there, because this is not something we're going to continue.
We're about to get to some crazy stats.
No, we should continue this in another 2-3 weeks later, and we'll bring up more stuff. Because I
The
don't
litter
wanna keep reading
program
it.
totals
It's obnoxious.
3,000